In this video, we're going to have a quick look at my new Vikings offense found on acemadden.com. The formations I cover in the ebook are tight Y off weak, and bunch tight end, which I just added today. This is an extremely high-powered passing offense, and you're going to have no issues moving the ball whatsoever. And today I'm going to show you 3 of those plays that'll just make your life so much easier. And I'm going to include a nasty gadget play that's going to help you convert your drives into touchdowns, or even help you pick up first downs. And as always, if you want the entire scheme, go check it out on acemadden.com. You can use code SKULL for 25% off on your membership. You'll gain access to this scheme along with everything else that's on the site for both college football and for Madden. Now let's get into it. The first play I'm going to break down is cheat tight end hit chatback seam. This is one of the best plays in the entire game, and I'm going to show you a good way to attack cover 2 with this. So this is just one of the setups in the ebook. I think I have 5 in there. And this is a good way to get a hole shot on the sideline. So make sure you have your bunch to the wide side of the field. We have a cloud flat on the outside. So let's go ahead and streak the tight end. Return route the middle bunch receiver, which is Y. Drag your outside bunch receiver. And then flat your running back. So this is going to come into play in a second. For now, it doesn't really matter. Just snap the ball. You're going to see that we're going to get this outside release. And we're going to have this pass lead to the sideline. And in some cases, you can even rack that up for a touchdown. But it's really meant to attack a cover 2. And the great thing about having the flat from your running back is if your opponent decides to soft squat thinking he's going to match that motion wheel, he can't do that because the running back flat is going to pull him down and open up the sideline throw again. Now, what your opponent can do to take that away is put the right side safety into an outside third like this. Maybe put this guy into a middle third. And now this is going to take away that whole shot. The thing is, you can still have the tight end. So let's have a look. So if he goes outside like that, you can have the tight end right here in the seams because they're effectively playing a form of cover 3. So this play is very good against really any form of cover 2. And then in the event that, let's say you just guess wrong and they end up playing anything else, like cover 4 quarters or something, then you always have your drag and return route as backup options. Like this. Drags are one of the best routes in this game. So it's not like only going to attack cover 2. That's just kind of the purpose of the setup. We want to open up that motion wheel so we can hit him on the sideline. The next play is going to be slot cross out of tight Y off weak, which is one of my favorite plays in the entire playbook just because it has so many good stock routes to work with. And you can replicate a lot of things that we do out of tight end corner and tight Y off. So I'm going to show you a unique setup here. I'm actually going to go empty for this one. And I think I have 4 or 5 setups out of this play for the ebook. So you have a lot to work with. So let's start against cover 3. And what we're going to do is have our running back to the wide side of the field. So in this case, we're on the right hash. We want our running back on the left. We're going to go ahead and streak him. And then we're going to motion him across the formation to the other side of the field. So in this case, we're going to D-pad right. That's going to put him in motion and put him at outside receiver. We're then going to speed out the underneath receiver, which is X. So when I say underneath, just means underneath and stack. We're then going to slant A, which is the tight end. So this is effectively motion Y post from Trips tight end flex, just from an empty look. But this is a very easy play to read. I would just start with the speed out, have a quick look at him. If you like him, hit him. And then you can also just move right to the slant. We just got like 30 yards off a slant, which is pretty nuts. So against cover 3, it's a very big gain, usually, because let's say they user the slant. Well, if they user the slant, you're going to have this return route underneath if they're not playing seam flats. And then you also have the deep cross from Y. So the running back's going to clear out for you. We got shedded pretty bad there. So let's go ahead and just kind of show that by spying a few guys just to show you the deep cross. Don't want to waste a rep here. But as you can see, I shouldn't have done that pass lead up. You can see that running back is clearing out for us. Now this is also going to be pretty good against like cover 4 quarters. Should have the deep cross. Let's have a look. Yeah, so deep cross wins. Not the best throw there. Could have gotten way more if we got a good catch or a good rack. Same thing against palms. Should be the deep cross again. We're just getting shedded like crazy. I think the speed out's wide open there too. Yeah, speed out's open right there on the throw. If you want it, take it. Slant can actually be thrown too, just pass lead down and towards the sideline. And then we'll do this one more time against palms just to show you it's going to be pretty good. Throwing that deep cross against that safety, he's going to break his ankles pretty frequently. Might actually have the running back on the streak here too. Yeah, running back streak's going to beat that press palms guy. So this is a really good play against cover 3 and cover 4 match. Next, we're going to talk about deep crossers from tight Y off. This is one of my favorite plays in the playbook as well. I have a ton of setups out of this one just because you have so many good routes here. You have a delay block tight end, which helps against cover 0. But I'm going to show you how to bomb cover 3 and cover 3 match with a very easy setup. So you want to have your tight end and running back to the short side of the field, corner route your ISO receiver, which is B, and then streak your top receiver, which is Y, or triangle if you're on PlayStation. That's all you have to do. You're good to go. You are going to bomb the absolute crap out of cover 3 like this. Develops pretty quickly. If you get a little bit more time, you're going to see that's going to be a touchdown. Just so we don't waste a rep here, let's go ahead and spy these guys. Practice mode sheds are so unnecessarily good. If you get a good rack, you can get a touchdown there. And then same thing against cover 3 match. And I'll show you something you can do with your tight end if you want. It's even more wide open against... Okay, I don't know what the hell that was, Jetta's. I don't think he would ever drop that in real life. This is cover 3 sky again. But you guys see it. Cover 3 match is even better just because that outside cornerback is going to match that corner. So you don't have to really worry about him being anywhere close. So I'll do it one more time, and I'll show you something to do with your tight end. So it's only 2 hot routes. Wide open for a touchdown. So if you want to put your tight end on a route, what I would recommend is a return route, because what that's going to do is give you a little kind of space underneath between the speed in from the running back and the tight end return. So you see how we have a read right here if we want an additional check down. So that's my favorite way to run this cover 3 bomb. And that's just one setup that I have for deep crossers. I have a ton and a way to attack pretty much every coverage out of this play alone. So if you want all of those setups, go check out the full offense on acemadden.com. Now let's finish this off with a gadget play that's going to be very good to finish your drives down towards the goal line or to convert for first downs. So that play is going to be motion RPO read slide out of gun ace. And the great thing about this play is it looks like a jet touch pass, but really it's a read option, or a RPO read, I should say. And you're oftentimes just going to have him wide open for a quick throw. And, you know, even if your opponent sets his coaching adjustments to account for this, sometimes it just doesn't even really do that. So you're going to see that we're going to just very, very frequently get this open. So we'll keep running this. I'll get off that defender in a second. Is this the same defense? Let me see. No, it's not. He just keeps bailing over there for some reason. As you can see, wide open. We just outrun that guy right there. And obviously, you don't want to run this many times in a game because your opponent's going to get hip to it. But it's good to have this kind of play in your back pocket because it's going to be good at least one time a game. And, you know, it's honestly just kind of fun to run. And you don't have to throw it if, you know, the user defender ends up shooting over there and usering it. You could hand it off. It's not like the greatest handoff ever. But just throwing that out there that you can actually run the ball and not throw a pick. So yeah, this is one of my favorite plays to finish off my drives, and definitely include this in your offense. So that's going to be it for the Vikings scheme preview. Whenever you're ready to start cooking in the full offense, go check it out on acemadden.com and make sure to use code SKOL for 25% off on your membership. You'll gain access to this scheme along with everything else that's on the site, including private Discord access. So if you ever have any questions mid-game, I can answer them for you or somebody else in there will. And it's just a good place to get better at the game and start winning more.